Huddle 10 is facilitator-led. Gordon, can you explain what you mean by surprising people with unexpected extras?
Absolutely. In fact, it's right here on the practice card. Constantly experiment with new and creative ways to show people we care about them. That's what builds loyalty, and that's what we're talking about. So we're teaching, looking for ways to surprise. Unexpected is what keeps them coming back. Unexpected was what builds loyalty with your employees. And then we have them read a story from It's Who You Are. It's called the Pizza Shop story. And the beautiful thing about this is it takes them into the It's Who You Are book. The pizza store is a great story about a team who had tremendous energy, and they kept coming up with unexpected extras in their pizza store. And also this helps managers see how they can use the book in their team huddles.
Because every team member gets one.
Every team
right?
member has this. It's got so much great content in it. And we also do an exercise to brainstorm about unexpected extras. And that's a fun exercise.
Do they come up with a lot of ideas?
They do. It starts off a little slow. We assign 2 scribes, and then we coax the group about coming up with ideas. And sometimes you as the facilitator are going to have to throw out a few ideas just to prime the pump. But again, it's what's the idea? What's something we could do that we've never done before? And it starts off a little slow, but since you've got 2 scribes and two boards up there, they get a little competitive, and that's fun. And once they get going, you'll have a hard time stopping them.
Okay.
It's a terrific exercise. Don't let them stop after just a few obvious ideas. Keep going, keep cracking the whip on them, and pretty soon the flywheel starts spinning, and like I said, it's hard sometimes to stop them. Get them to come up with some striking, even creative ideas. And the story, the pizza restaurant story, helps them get going on that.
So even as a manager, if I see myself as not a creative person, the way the group starts generating ideas, I would guess would build my confidence that that's okay, because my group's going to come up, or my team's going to come up with lots of fabulous little extras.
And it happens in the workshop. They build and feed off each other.
Great.
And what a powerful way to build employee loyalty.
Exactly.
You know, when you think about, rather than top down, these are our ideas for you to implement. Well, what are your ideas? You know, what could we do that we haven't done before? What would delight customers? Or share that thing that you were doing that seemed to work so well. So this is a great opportunity to put these managers in a position to win with their employees and build a really fun, inspiring environment.
Sandy's exactly right. That's what the pizza story does. It turns it upside down, as he said earlier, and it bottoms up how these great ideas come from the employees, because so many of these managers are in this paradigm of all the great ideas are supposed to come from me, or all the great ideas are supposed to come down from corporate. No, the great ideas come from the team, and that's what builds not only the business, but employee loyalty, because wow, somebody actually cares about my ideas.
So we can change from a command and control culture if we have that, and instead create a culture we are full of engaged employees who can't wait to contribute.
And that's how you build loyalty.
That's exciting.
Huddle 11. Your loyalty legacy is about modeling, teaching, and reinforcing the things we've been learning together today. Armed with the loyalty principles, practices, and tools we've provided, you can build a legacy of loyalty. This huddle is about the memories you leave with people and the satisfaction you feel every day as you strive to create loyalty. First, let's celebrate. Anybody could tell us a story of something that you experienced about somebody who's just tremendous in terms of creating a legacy? It might be a past boss or a past mentor. Garen.
Just got word that one of the upper management is retiring, and I can't remember the countless times that stopped by his office, or he came to my desk, and just we've had those little sessions to where he made it feel like I was coming up with the idea, just like it incorporated all of this without me realizing this is what he was doing. It's like I came up with it, and it was like a brainstorming session to where, and it was the whole thing. He inspired me to be even better than I can be. And he got me to thinking outside of my comfort zone and trying things new. And that was the big thing, is like he would allow you to make your own decision and was there in case you needed the help.
What's his name?
Mike.
Let's give it up for Mike. I'll bet as you think about it, there's been a Mike in each of our lives somewhere. Somebody who inspired us to be better than we were. And when times get tough, you think back, how would Mike handle this? Or Mike taught me something that's going to help me handle this situation, this tough situation I'm in right now. You all can be that for somebody else. I'll bet you are already, and you may not even know it. So, let's celebrate successfully also completing all 10 loyalty huddles. Celebrate yourselves. Let's turn back to page 15 now in your leader guide and make commitments to create more loyal customers and coworkers as of this day. Back to page 15. Remember that was the self-check we started the day with? Look over your loyalty self-check. Which items would you most like to improve? Write in the space provided on page 16 any commitments you want to make to improve yourself. Very good. Okay, let's commit to our next cycle of loyalty huddles. When will be our team's, you don't have to answer this, but when will be our team's loyalty launch date? That is, when will you hold your first huddle when you get back to your team? How often will you hold your huddles? Weekly, bi-weekly, 3 times a day? And by the way, how do you think it'd be a good idea to come to that answer, that decision?
Presenting it to the team.
Did everybody hear Ashley? Present it to the team. Talk about it. And you may start off with one rhythm and change it. Maybe once a day doesn't work and you need to do it 3 times a day, or once a week you want to do it 2 times a week. But Ashley hit it. Talk to your team about it. Yes, Erica.
I think for us in our organization, we already do the 4 disciplines of execution. So we already have like a weekly WIG session.
Your WIG session,
So maybe incorporating the loyalty into the WIG session.
Okay, again, there's another idea. Something you can talk to your team about. Where and how will we hold the huddles? Pick a spot. And remember what I said, rotating who teaches the huddle is also a very good idea. Schedule team huddles on the calendar on pages 66 and 67, and that's where you can start that process, all right? So let's define your loyalty legacy. Could somebody volunteer to read this for us? Thank you. Ursula?
A legacy is a gift to the future and a gift to the present. It is the core of who you are, what you stand for, how you treat others, and what you contribute to the world around you.
Thank you. What is a legacy then? Yes.
What you're remembered for, what you've left behind.
What you're remembered for, what you left behind. Good. Anybody else?
How are you going to be
Aaron?
remembered?
How what?
How are you going to be remembered?
How are you going to be remembered? Ursula?
Your contribution, how you made a difference.
Your contribution, how you made a difference in the world. Love that. Yes, Jessica.
How you inspire and continue the legacy after you've left.
Good. Thought question. You don't have to answer this one. What do you want your loyalty legacy to be? What do you want your loyalty legacy to be? In our final activity, we'll define that legacy. Please turn to page 64 in your leader guide. On this page, just take a few minutes to answer this important question. What would you like your customers and coworkers to say about you at the end of each day? I call it your daily legacy. We've been talking about your legacy that they talk about at your funeral. Yes, that's important. But what do you want it to be every day? What do you want your legacy to be even after you've left your job or left your company? In other words, what was it about you that earned their loyalty? Take a few minutes and write those things down. Thanks, everybody. Would anyone like to share? I know some of these are personal, but I'm inviting you, anyone who feels like they'd like to share. Yes.
I would like people to think that I have a heart to serve and a passion for developing people through training and building relationships with my customers.
Love that, heart to serve. Beautiful. Thank you. That was awesome. Anybody else? Yes, Gerardo.
I put this in the words of somebody else, so about me, which I was treated with dignity and with respect and felt trusted and empowered to do my job.
Trusted and empowered to do my, loved it. Thank you. Anybody else? Those are really good, and I think you're getting the idea about this whole legacy idea. Before we leave today, can we consider the legacy that you're already creating with customers and your coworkers? Without even trying, you're creating a legacy. Will they have outstanding memories of you and your team? Will they talk about how you connect with them? Will it be like what Garen said about how he remembers Mike? Is somebody going to remember you that way, about the difference you made in their life? Will they talk about how you connect with them, listen to them, and cared enough to give them the help they really need? Or our last video is about a team that does leave such a legacy.
Are you liking your new job?
Yeah, it's a job.
No thanks.
I'm late. Love you, Mum.
I love you too.
Sorry.
It's okay. Can you take over from this? Yeah.
Yeah.
How can I help you?
Oh, just looking for a couch for my daughter.
Can you tell me about your daughter?
Oh, she's my sweet little 16-year-old teenager.
Okay. Well, let me have a look.
Sure.
I think this one could work.
Okay. What you have to do, you need to
This is great. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Afternoon. We're looking for a gift for Mum. Huh? All right. What's your favourite colour? Pink. Pink. Okay. Yeah, we like that. Absolute pleasure.
Can you help me, please?
Yes.
I need a little thoughtful gift for my friend, and I don't know what to get.
Well, tell me about your friend.
She's not well at the moment. I need to take something that's going to help take her mind off it a little bit. something. Thank you. The colour is perfect.
You had a really good day.
Yeah.
Well done. I want to read you this card from our shelves. Something I saw today made me think of this. It says, "The purpose of this life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, to be honourable, to be compassionate. To have it make some difference that we have lived and lived well." That's by Ralph Waldo Emerson. What we do here may be small, but our job here is to make a difference. And that little difference can mean the world.
Thanks so much. You guys have been great today. I wish you all the best in your journey to create your own loyalty legacy. Thanks, everybody.
So Sandy, in the work session, we've now taught them 3 loyalty principles and 6 loyalty practices. How do we wrap up the session so that participants feel the full impact of what they've learned and want to move forward with what they're doing?
Yeah, so excuse me, we asked them to write a legacy statement. You know, they have, through what you have led during this day, they will have soaked up these powerful principles of empathy, responsibility, and generosity. And they're now going to translate this into a personal statement that they're going to carry forward and lead their team to build loyalty among team members and with customers. And so, you know, at this point, read your own legacy statement. I mean, you all have written one. And we really want everybody to be serious with this exercise. It's near the end of the day and energy's running low, but we don't want to blow this off. This is an incredibly important thing, to have this whole process, this operating system, to take root when they get back with their teams. And in fact, you know, once people have had a chance to reflect and to write their legacy statement, ask if anybody wants to share theirs. I know you don't want them to hear yours.
I've found that when you ask them to share, this is incredibly personal, and some don't want to share. And that's okay, but some will. And you can share your legacy statement, but my caveat there is wait to share your legacy statement till you've given them a chance to create theirs, because as a facilitator, unless you do that, all their statements will look exactly like yours and it won't be authentic. So give them a chance to create their own legacy statement before you share theirs.
That's a great idea. So their creativity shows up. Now, what kind of commitments do you ask them to make before they leave the workshop or the work session?
Ideally, what we want them to do is to schedule their first huddle, so they can get the ball rolling right away. And we would like them to go back to their self-check, which which is confidential. You know, they probably fold it up and they've got in their shirt pocket, and pull it out and pick 1 or 2 things that they want to work on. You know, that they're excited and inspired to make a focus from their own work going back.
Because we can't do everything at once.
That's
we can't
right.
be everything to everybody. So by asking them to make just 2 things or 2 commitments, that
That's right.
allows them the ability to actually do something after the workshop.
Exactly.
That's right. And hopefully they're going to do the same thing with their employees, because every frontline associate is going to have the opportunity to do the self-check as well. So we want them to model the behavior.
So they get the return on investment.
That's right.
For investing the time in the work session and learning all that they worked.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Now, Gordon, as facilitators, of course, we all want to close with power.
Strong
So
close.
what recommendations do you have so that we can really sum up all that we know or that everybody has learned and walk out of there excited and inspired and ready to get to work?
The final video is the cherry on top. This video is phenomenal. It pulls everything together, and it's a powerful, powerful close. So you really, as a facilitator, don't have to worry about a strong close other than the final video.
So I'll cancel the fireworks. We'll just show the video.
Cancel the fireworks.
Great idea.
Yeah. So show it last
you.
and then say goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Annette.
We have learned a lot. Any final thoughts or insights for us as facilitators?
Well, first of all, we have a lot of people to thank for producing these phenomenal materials, this incredibly powerful content, and for Gordon spearheading the original delivery of this whole program.
My pleasure. I loved it.
I mean, it's just been phenomenal. I think the most important thing as facilitators for you to impart on these folks is, loyalty just doesn't happen, happen chance. This is a great program and there's some great stuff here, but the power in this is what they do with this when they leave. Loyalty happens when they actually go and do these 11 huddles and do it continuously. And then once they run through them the first time, they do them again, because everybody's got turnover and new people coming on the team, and you want to give different people the opportunity to lead different huddles, and you want the stories to get richer each time you go through this continuous loop. So it's this virtuous cycle of making loyalty happen with your employees and your customers.
And I think that's exactly right. And what Sandy said about employees and customers, this is the employee part that I think so often gets missed. And it's one of the very first slides we show from Stephen R. Covey, talking about that to increase loyalty, you treat your employees just as you treat your very best customers. And that's the critical thing. To me, it's the real essence. It's the heart of what we're teaching today, is that it's folly to think that your employees will treat your customers well unless you treat your employees well. It's just folly, and so many companies fall into that trap. They think that they can treat their employees in a shoddy or half-hearted way and then turn around and expect them to treat their customers in this wonderful, glorious way. It doesn't happen. And that's what this workshop teaches. You improve loyalty with your employees, who in turn improve loyalty with your customers. And so that's really, I think, the heart of what we're teaching here.
Thank you. Yeah, it turns out managers are incredibly powerful in the
Yes.
way they treat their employees, which then translates into customer loyalty.
Exactly.
That's good news for managers.
Yes.
And employees.
Yes, for everyone.
Gordon and Sandy, thank you for your time, and thank you for watching, and thank you for certifying as a facilitator in leading customer loyalty. By being a facilitator of this program, you are embarking on an incredible journey. There is a lot of work in preparing, but also a lot of reward. And not only are you going to be able to help your employees have remarkable change in both career and life, as you facilitate this content, you can be challenged to practice these same principles and practices in both your personal and professional life. The journey is exciting. I wish you the best of luck. And again, thank you for certifying to lead customer loyalty in your organization.